Hi guys, I'm Pauline Valdez and I'm going to be talking about BP's mission, vision, and I'm going to discuss the SWOT analysis that we conducted. So BP's mission statement is listed as what we do on the company website. Um, Under this section, we were able to find a description, and that stated that BP provides customers with fuel for transportation, energy for heat and light, lubricants to keep engines moving, and the petrochemical products used to make everyday items. We believe that um, BP has been able to closely follow its mission, and it has achieved this through its upstream and its downstream segment. BP's upstream segment is responsible for activities in oil and natural gas exploration, field development and production, as well as midstream transportation and storage processing. BP's downstream segment is responsible for global manufacturing and marketing operations. It is the product and service-led arm of BP. This is made up of three businesses, and that is the fuels, lubricants, and petrochemicals. BP also participates in the global energy trading, and an example of that would be a recently entered agreement with the Clean Energy Fuels Corporations. This deal allows BP to acquire clean energy assets of the renewable gas business, as well as take over Clean Energy's existing and the two new biomethane production sites. So BP's vision is labeled as the business model. And on the site, there's a statement that says the best way to achieve sustainable success as a group is to act in the long-term interests of our shareholders, our partners, and society. So BP plans to achieve this by finding, developing, and producing essential sources of energy. They also hope to create value of life by supplying energy to support the economic development. BP is also committed to the safety of its employees. It has an extremely thorough management of possible risks to help protect the people at the front line as well as the places in which they operate. We do believe that BP has been able to closely follow its mission in regards to the developing and producing essential sources of energy. They have done this with the participation in the growth and expansion of the liquefied natural gas, also known as LNG. BP signed an LNG sale and purchase agreement in 2016 that will provide approximately 1 million tons per annum for the next 20 years. We think that in regards to the safety of its employees, BP has failed in that regard to protect its employees and the places in which they operate. And this happened with the 2010 Deepwater Horizon explosion in the Gulf of Mexico. This explosion killed 15 people, it injured 170 others, and it also leaked over 5 million barrels of oil in the Gulf of Mexico. So we conducted a SWOT analysis, and we found some of the strengths that BP has are, one would be that it's one of the biggest energy sectors of the world. It is also the largest global company by revenue. It has many subsidiaries and retail brands that include Amoco, Herco, BP Express, BP Connect, and that's just to name a few. These also provide the company with a diversified revenue portfolio. BP also has a high quality operation. BP also has a high quality operations and has worked extensively to rebuild its image after the sudden misfortunate events and mishandlings by the executives, including a greater focus on the concept of corporate social responsibility. as well as transparency and thoughtful communication. Another strength that BP possesses is that it has a huge geographical reach with operations around the world in more than 70 countries, including the United States, Germany, China, United Kingdom, Australia, Spain, India, New Zealand, Canada. That's just to name a few. Some of the weaknesses that we found were the cost of environmental hazards. The company was faced with many disasters and oil spills, and those have led to fatalities and significant environmental damages around the world. So that also led to massive penalties, fines, and costs to assist those areas that were damaged. Another weakness is its tainted image. The company executives were dishonest and they poorly handled their responsibility with the oil spilled, and that further tainted and that further tarnished their image. This helped the competition to be better positioned and as more responsible and attractive, and this put BP in a position to have to play catch up in the market. There's also been a decline in production. BP has closed many oil wells, leading to multiple layoffs following a decline in the economy. The ongoing focus on the climate change and the reduction in the use of fossil fuels has also put pressure on the company to shift into providing clean energy options. This has also led to some potential opportunities, and one of the potential opportunities that BP faced would be to invest in alternative businesses. This could allow them to become a market leader in alternative fuels such as wind, solar, hydrogen. And if they were to invest in the research and reposition their strategy, they could be very successful in that. Another opportunity would be to expand their export market. With its alternative fuel and energy opportunities, BP could partner with other countries to move into use of clean energy options. Another opportunity that BP has would be to focus on its developing subsidiaries, or focus on developing many of its subsidiaries that are outside of the petrochemical focus to enhance the revenue streams in those particular market areas. Now, some of the threats that BP faces would be government regulations. After the deadly explosion and massive oil spill in the Gulf, the Obama administration proposed new regulations, and that required BP to have stronger blowout preventers. Another threat were the environmental regulations that were imposed. They imposed stricter environmental regulations, and they continue to face lawsuits, and they have penalties as well. Some of the environmental issues can be a threat if the company does not restructure its corporate social responsibility and put it in the forefront of its strategy. Another threat would be high competition. The company faces increased competition from other companies such as Chevron and Shell, who have all been more effective in dealing with environmental issues. They also face competition from the emergence of specialized alternative energy companies. So that concludes my portion of the presentation. I will now turn it over to Ricardo, who is going to talk about BP strategy and the competitors analysis. Thank you.